You're an environmental lawyer who has been working in environmental law for a long time in Cleveland. What prompted you to write a book about love?
I think I was prompted most by the fact that I had an interesting journey to get there. When I found love, it was my second marriage, and before that I went on 104 dates to find my true love. And I really just felt that I wanted to share that experience with others who may have had a failure or a struggle or something that didn't go right. Because in the world right now, I just feel like we all need more love, and I want people to know that if you put yourself out there, there could be a happy ending.
104 dates.
Yes.
That's a crazy number.
It is, not 104 guys.
What prompted you to count your dates, and how did you keep track of them?
Absolutely. So it wasn't 104 guys, it was like 55-ish guys, because I did date a few people more than a couple times, and one guy for 6 months, maybe we went on 20 dates. But what happened is after I went on my fourth date, and people were fixing me up, because when you're in your mid-30s, I'm in this small community in Cleveland, everybody and their mother was fixing me up, but with not good people. And so when I came back from my fourth date, I said, you know, it would be fun to keep track of the number of dates until I meet the one. And I was starting to try to be optimistic at that point. And I had a red diary that said love next to my desk, and I would put a hash mark every time I had a date. And when I met Will, I ripped it up and I burnt it.
What would you say overall you learned from your experience going on so many dates for so many years?
You know, it was really a journey of self-reflection. I felt that over that time period, I did become a different, more confident person, especially personally. And I was really ready for that relationship. And I also was able to understand what I needed in my life and listen to my gut, so that I wasn't trying to fix somebody or fit a square peg in a round hole or something that I knew would not work, which was a mistake in my past. And so it was really a journey of self-reflection and growth for myself. And then I was able to become the best partner I could be for someone else. I always tell my 4 kids, you gotta find someone that makes you your best self, and I was so grateful to eventually do that.
What would you like people to learn from reading your book?
I want people to understand that love is not really black or white. I am a lawyer, so I like things very concrete. And I originally named the book Embracing the Gray because I thought it was this aloof topic, and I was trying to find definition as I did research, and I talked to couples about how they knew they were in love, because I have truly felt, despite the fact that I had been married before, that I had never really been in love. And so I wanted to define it. And while I learned a lot and found themes through my research, it really is a feeling, and it is different for everyone, but it's the true Jerry Maguire, You Complete Me, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, kind of feeling when it happens. And I know that it's not super clear all the time, but you have to put yourself out there, and I suggest lots of ways to do that. And you have to open your heart and open your mind, and love will find you. There's a luck component to it too. And I just feel, I really wrote it for my 4 kids, to be honest. I want them not to settle, to find their best partner. But if I also in the interim am able to have one more person find their true love, that will make me so happy.
Are you a romantic?
I've always been a romantic. I have been a romantic, I think, since high school. I've always loved Valentine's Day. I've always done very romantic things, and I think I idealized it a little bit, because even though romance is important, the partnership that comes with a really good relationship is so much more important, and it took me a long time to realize that. But I still do watch that Hugh Grant movie every Christmas. Love Actually, still my favorite. And it never gets old or never gets bad.
So great. Anything you want to add?
I want people to understand that finding love is a journey. It's a journey of self-growth, of self-reflection and growth. And if you really want to go on that journey, you do need to be committed to it. No one is going to knock on your door while you're watching Real Housewives eating popcorn and ask you if you want to go on a date. So there's lots of ways to use the great apps that are out there to put yourself out there. Ask friends. I actually met my husband through a friend at yoga in this front row crew that I formed as part of the community of yoga at Cleveland Yoga here. And I hardly knew Ann at the time, but she had a feeling about this guy, and when she introduced us, I knew immediately. So if I'd never gone to yoga and I'd never talked to Ann, this would never happen. So you just have to really put yourself out there.